morning and welcome to What Do You Think Talk Show with your host, Prophetess Burgess Peoples. We are in the beautiful city of Gary at the Progressive Community International Church at 656 Carolina. Oh my gosh, we have a fantastic story for you today. We are talking about our environmental stewards, and that will be Pastor Curtis Whitaker, who is the Executive Director of Faith CDC and Faith Farms, and Frieda Graves, she is the Administrator of Faith Farms. Today is going to be an enlightenment of encouragement for others who wants to have a clean lifestyle, but more importantly, not have a food desert in your community. Just see what God has done with these guys, and then they'll give you some information that can help you, and you can do something like this in your community. And this is for any and everybody. It's not just a church that does this. Individuals can do this as well for your whole family. What they've done is taken Genesis 1:29 to the 10th power. And God said, "Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, and the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat." So they've taken that, like I said, to the 10th power. We're going to go outside in a little bit so you can see what they've done and how God is progressing Faith Farms. It started out as just seeds in the ground, and then there was the hoop houses, and now we have chickens. Yes, chickens right here in the city of Gary. I am loving this. I remember coming here and putting the seed in the ground myself, and now to see the work that Ms. Graves and others and Pastor Curtis and his whole church have been doing have just been outstanding. So in a few minutes, I'm going to bring to you our first interviewer for today, and that will be Frieda Graves. Again, she is the administrator for Faith Farms. Thank you guys for tuning in today. This is Saturday, and guess who I have sitting next to me? The beautiful Frieda Graves. This woman is a powerhouse. I mean, she's got her hands in a lot of things, but everything that she's placed her hand to, the Lord has allowed her to make it come into full fruition. Going along with the garden, going along with the revitalization of Gary and some other things that she's working on. But today we're going to focus on Faith Farms because that is really close to my heart. I've just taken a journey becoming vegan. And so I need Faith Farms because I can't afford what's happening in the stores. So we have a revolution of health and nutrition going on right here in the city of Gary. Frieda, how did you get started in this?
Good morning. First of all, Prophetess Burgess, thank you for having us today.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for having us today. The way I got started in this was a journey with God. Mm-hmm. The Pastor Curtis came to me and asked me if I would be interested in being the administrator of Faith Farms. Uh-huh. And because I believe in being good stewards of the earth, I believe in being healthy, I believe in eating healthy, I believe in taking care of your body. Uh-huh. I said, Pastor Curtis, let me pray over it. I prayed over it for 5 minutes. And I decided, yes, Lord. I can feel myself in this journey, and we're talking about coming from no gardening, being afraid of bees, being afraid of bugs, to out there digging my hands in the earth and just loving to be a good steward of the earth.
So you're afraid of bees as I am?
I was afraid of bees. Okay. Now I love bees because they're our pollinators. Yes, they will make our plants grow. That's what makes our food healthy. Yes. So now, no longer afraid of bees.
All right now.
Now, as for the beehives that we have out there, I have not quite gotten there to the 30,000 bees yet. But if I see the bees in the garden, I was like, go little bee, go on and pollinate that plant. Okay. So this is because we just believe in being such good stewards of our earth. Good. God has given us the earth. He's given us the land. He's given us the ability, and he's given us the knowledge.
Great. So can you take me back we're going to go over with Pastor Curtis the whole vision of this, but if you can just go back to the start of Faith Farms.
I absolutely can. Faith Farms initially started with 2 raised garden beds. Okay. Pastor Curtis had a vision. Outside, when we go outside, you'll be able to see it. Mm-hmm. Where the land is now was a house. And it was a blighted house. There was nobody living there. Mm-hmm. The city of Gary cooperated with us, and they gave that land to us because it was owned by the city of Gary. Okay. Then that land was torn down, and the ground was cultivated, and the church decided that they would do 2 raised garden beds. Nice. Just try it out, just to see if they could get to grow. Because Pastor Curtis always had a vision that we're going to have a blight. And because we're God's stewards, blight of the earth. Yes. And because we're God's stewards, we need to know where our food is coming from. We need to know how to grow our own food. Yeah. We need to have something out there. So when that happens, we will know what happens.
And what you guys have done also is put a footprint and a mark where this was once called a food desert. I remember moving here 4 years ago, and I would have to travel to Chicago to get what I wanted, or to all these other places, to Maryville, and the price of vegetables are absolutely ridiculous. And I'm like, but I need to have this because I'm not a fried food girl.
Right.
It breaks my skin out. I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of fried food restaurants, and there's no vegan restaurants. There's not a good.
There's a chicken wing restaurant on every corner. That's what I used to say.
But now we have fresh vegetables. We have organic eggs.
Yes.
Yeah, we have. I have to name some of these guys. We have greens, lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, squash, watermelon, cilantro, thyme, mint, lemongrass, stevia, and much, much more.
Amen. Yes, we do. And then not only that, we'll be having pretty soon our honey, our organic honey. It's going to be called bee honey.
Okay.
That's what I believe Pastor Curtis calls it, but you can clarify that with him. And we are still considered a food desert, but we're trying to make our footprint as much as possible. This is not just a food desert, food accessibility.
Good.
That's what we have, the issue we have in the city of Gary.
Okay.
It's food accessibility. If you do grow the food, how do you get it to the people?
Right.
They don't have transportation or whatever, so we decided to put it right in the neighborhood.
Yes.
And bus routes and everything are within this area because we've been mapped out to show where the food deserts are in the city of Gary.
Which is outstanding. I tell you, I walked away. I haven't been around in maybe a year or so, busy working, doing God's work. I came over here today and I'm like, dude, y'all done took it all the way to the curb.
Amen. You have to use every bit of available space.
It started out, when I left, it was 4 hoop houses.
Amen.
Now, I know we were talking about the chicken coop before I left. Now there is a humongous chicken coop. And then the beehive.
Right across the alley.
Right across the alley. So there's a lot going on over here, and there's going to be a lot more going on over here. If someone else say they have some land in their backyard and they want to take part in this, how can they do that?
Okay, I always encourage, because people have called to ask, how do I get started? How do I do this? How do I learn? I always encourage them to come out and just volunteer.
Okay. Just
volunteer, because what we actually do, we have a 70-20-10 plan.
Yeah.
70% we try to sell to replenish the farm.
Right.
20%, and anytime you come and volunteer, we try and let you leave with something. We try to let you leave with food.
Okay.
And then 10% we just give away.
Okay.
So when they come out to volunteer, we also teach. We teach about the pH levels in the soil, the nutrients that you need to grow food. So they need to come out, and that's how you learn, actually doing it, being around it, seeing it every day. I knew nothing about the pH levels in the soil, nutrients, although I'm a nurse. I knew about different kind of electrolytes and things in our body. Right. I had no idea what we need to get healthy soil. Okay. So now I know all this stuff. I've learned all this stuff since I've been gardening for the last 4 years.
Okay,
so if they come out,
I'm sorry. You said something about the pH levels in the soil?
There's pH levels in your soil to make sure you have healthy soil, and you have to send your soil sample. We actually send ours to a certified lab in Fort Wayne. Okay. Your pH, it's supposed to be around 7, which is neutral. So your soil is good for growing anything.
So they can just, scoop up some soil, put it in a bag, and send it out.
The Fort Wayne is $30 to get a whole, it'll tell you about your nitrogen, your phosphorus, everything that's in your soil. If your soil is healthy. And we've also had our water tested because you're USDA certified. So we had all that done to make sure we're growing healthy, because we are in an industrial area. We don't want to sugarcoat that. Yeah. So we put down mulch before we put down our soil.
Got it.
But we also have our soil tested, our water health, because you don't want anybody getting sick and anything from anything that you're growing. So we have all that tested. Make sure all that is up to par.
Great. So if you're considering doing any type of farming or gardening, these are some things that you really need to look into. That's if you live in this area. I mean, just check it in your own area as well. You want to make sure that your soil is what it needs to be, so you can be growing things that are going to be conducive to good health.
That's right, because we use no pesticides.
Good.
So we want to make sure we use nothing on our plants. Okay. So we want to make sure that everything is up to par. We don't want you growing healthy. We don't want any Monsanto. We don't want any GMO on our plants. We want everything to be healthy. We want our butterflies and our bees to be the one that's pollinating it and other things. So yes, that's what you have to know about your soil and your water. You have to know about the nutrients that you're growing. If your plants are nutrient dense, then the more the nutrients are going to get into the body.
Got it. I love it. I love it. So can you tell me, you've mentioned about how can we get the food to the people, and you guys are, like you said, just a few blocks from the bus, from transportation. Correct. And right centrally located in the heart of a community. So what are the dates for your farmers market?
Okay, so we're having, there's 2 hats I'm wearing this year. Well, actually about 5, but I'm going to tell you about the 2.
Good, okay.
The one is Faith Farms. We're going to have a farm-to-table event on August 24th.
Okay, and where is this going to be?
At the Art House.
Great.
We're literally going to block off the whole block, have various farmers out there. We're having a chef from Methodist Hospital who's going to do healthy soul food, as they did last year. They're going to do that again.
Great.
And we're going to do different informationals. There's going to be breakout sessions outside of informationals where everybody can get information on how to cook healthy soul food, cook the squash that you didn't know how to cook, the recipes and everything along with that. That's number 1. Number 2, I'm also with Legacy Foundation in Lake County Eats Local.
Okay.
And there is Lake County Eats Local Facebook page. And also there's a website on Northwest Indiana Food Council.
Okay.
There's 32 markets going on this year.
Nice.
32 markets at various locations. Art House, Thea Bowman, Stewart House.
Are they all on the same day or different days?
No, they're different dates.
Good.
But we're going to have 2 to 3 markets a week for 16 weeks.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
And then beyond that, we're going to have something called Market on the Go, which is going to run all winter long. So which means we're going to have a mobile vehicle. Lake County Eats Local will be going to senior buildings and parking downstairs so they can come in the middle of the winter and just get their vegetables. So the YWCA, the various areas of need. We worked with Aaron from Purdue University and David Wright from GPTC.
Okay.
And they actually mapped out the locations that were best. So we're trying to get all ends of the city.
Okay.
And then secondly, they did a survey to ask if people would be interested in farmers market. They said, yeah, but we can't get to them.
Yeah. So Frieda, with the farmers market, everyone can afford these, and because they can pay in all sorts of ways.
Yeah, we have beyond cash, debit, and credit cards. We have SNAP benefits. We're going to be able to accept. We're SNAP benefits certified.
Great.
And what we're doing with Lake County Eats Local is something called Double Up Bucks. So if you have a SNAP card and you want $10 worth of vegetables, you get $20.
Oh, I love it.
And tokens. So you can go to any farmer's tables and spend your $20.
Okay.
If you have $20, you get $40 in tokens. We're doubling up to $40 a day.
So a BBT spend $40, they get $40.
Well, now we going up to $40 a day. If they spend $20, they get $20.
Okay, gotcha.
So the cutoff is at $40 a day.
You know,
but
always have to make things clear.
Yeah, well, it will be clear, and it will be clear on the website as well. But
okay.
When you know how many times a single mother needs $20 worth of food and she only has $10.
Yes.
So when she comes there with her 10, we're giving her 20.
Good.
You go to whichever booth you want to, and you spend your money however you please. And then the farmers, we pay the farmers back from Legacy Foundation.
Great. I don't know about you guys, but this information is absolutely amazing because they're not just giving you the food and telling you to go home, wash it, put it up. They're also having classes telling you how to cook it, how to prepare this food, and giving the ones that are the least of these an opportunity to buy more for their families by giving them that double.
Yeah, double up bucks.
So double up bucks. So I think this is just great. And Frieda, I am so glad that you came on with us today. We're so appreciative of your time, your service, and just you doing God's work here on this earth. You are doing what most of us should be doing, and that is just living Christ in front of everyone.
Amen. I'm so grateful that you had me on today, Prophetess. And there's more information available at the Northwest Indiana Food Council website, and the Lake County East Local Facebook page, as well as the Faith Farms page. And we're here at 656 Carolina Street.
Great.
Telephone number is 219-880-0850 or 219-613-3309.
Awesome.
And they can always contact us. I mean, some days we're only here from 10 to maybe 1 most days. But sometimes if I'm in the area, I'll actually meet them out there and fulfill their order if they want to contact.
Can you give us those numbers one more time?
219-880-0850 and 219-613-3309.
You can
phone numbers.
Great. You can go on Facebook and look up the Legacy,
Lake County East Local,
and
Faith Farm
is on Facebook as well.
And then there's also a website for Faith Farms. It is faithcdc.org.
Awesome. Great. So Frieda, thank you. We'll be back with you guys. We're still here at Faith Farms, and I wanted you guys to see the beautiful work that Pastor Curtis Whitaker and his administrator Frieda and all the volunteers are doing out here. Right now they are tilling the ground, they're pulling up weeds, and we're gonna walk back here because you got to see this chicken coop. I'm just blown away by it. So Frieda's gonna take us on this little tour.
Okay, good morning. We're gonna continue on with the video. I'd like to first, before we continue on, I'd like to first introduce you to somebody.
Okay.
That's Larry Kennan and Chris Kennan. Larry is the farm manager. He's the one that's out here with us every single day.
Okay.
Feeding the chickens, take care of the chickens, Chris is with him every single day, planting, weeding. He has my back, I have his. Whatever needs to be done, we working it out. So this Larry, this is Burgess people.
What is your name?
Chris.
Chris. Your last name?
Kenny.
Hi, Chris Kenny.
Larry Kenneth.
Hi, Larry Kenneth.
How you doing?
And he is the person that is in charge of the chickens. He knows more about chickens. He can tell you about the chickens, what's going on with the chickens. So Larry, could you just give her a little word about how the chickens are doing?
How they doing?
Yeah.
Well, the baby chicks that we got, they'll be laying eggs in like about 3 to 4 months.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. The older chickens that we have, they've been laying eggs ever since last year.
Okay, are these regular eggs?
Well,
Organic eggs?
they're organic.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the best eggs.
Right. Awesome.
And they lay each chicken lay an egg every day on a 24-hour basis.
I saw Curtis Whitaker go into the coop this morning and had a handful.
Okay.
I'm like, look at the bounty of God, right?
Right.
So this is the luxury chicken coop that was built by Sylvester Kaysen, our deacon at the church.
Really?
And he had assistance with Brother John, Brother Larry, Brother Clarence. They all got together and they built in this luxury chicken coop. And I'm telling you, in the wintertime, I'm surprised that some people have not been in there. They have lighting and heat inside their chicken coop.
Oh, I love it.
And then here it's caged off. And the reason you see all this netting on top is because we have hawks, eagles, and things that would like to get at our chickens.
Yes.
There's chicken wire in the ground as well as on top, because there's things that want to eat our chickens.
Right.
So in here are the 17 grown chicks. This is where the eggs come from every day.
Okay.
And if we walk right around here, I'll show you where the baby chicks are, the 25 baby chicks.
Okay.
And then we have our sign, our farm fresh eggs sold here, as well as our Johnny seeds. We have 7,000 seeds that were donated this year, and a grant from us from Johnny Seeds. So they actually donated 7,000 seeds for us.
Those are not babies.
They're not babies anymore. We got them in March. We want to go around this way.
Yes.
We got them in March. When we got them in March, they were babies.
Yeah, because I'm looking at some big chickens right now.
And they're almost 3 months old now.
Oh my gosh.
In 3 more months, they will be laying eggs. And we have a mixture of chickens in there.
Okay.
The light brown ones you see, they're all in the house, kind of.
Right.
Those are Easter eggers. So when they lay eggs, they come out different colors. They come out orange and yellow and green and blue.
Wow.
We don't know what color they will be till they lay them.
Wow.
And then the one that's kind of laying down there with the fur on his feet,
Yes.
those are brown Orpingtons. Those are rare chickens. We only had 3 of those.
So what color eggs do they lay?
These lay like chocolate brown eggs.
Wow.
Chocolate brown eggs. And these white ones right here, they'll lay the brown eggs like we already get brown and white eggs. It depends on what comes out. But we tried to get a mixture. We want the kids to be able, because we bring kids out here every Sunday.
Okay.
And they feed the chickens. We're actually getting ready to do a YouTube channel.
Now, do you guys bring or invite, of course, kids from different churches?
Yeah,
different
what we had this year was Steel City Academy.
Yeah.
They were here every Thursday.
Okay.
They came in, they fed the chickens. We did a class. We did experiments. We talked about the earth every Thursday. And then the year before, we had Thea Bowman.
Okay.
They came out every Monday.
Good.
And then next year, I think we're going to partner again with Thea Bowman from what it looks like, and then we'll have the kids out here once a week, and I teach them. But this year,
so are you guys teaching them agriculture? What are you guys teaching them?
agriculture, science, math, because that's what farming is. It's all of these things.
Right.
Science is about the soil and the nutrients and things we were talking about earlier.
Right.
Math is the counting the plants, how long it takes them to grow, the chickens, how long it takes the chickens to lay the eggs.
Right.
And also, that's part of science too.
It is.
Because a lot of people don't think that chickens need a hen. The hens need a rooster to lay the eggs. The children were asking questions like that. So we answer all those questions. We look up information, we give them a curriculum, and we give informational, and they have to answer the questions. Okay, let's see how long it does take a chicken to lay an egg.
Right.
Let's see how long it does do this, and so on and so forth.
You know, that's really intriguing. Now, we can still have them go to Faith Farms Facebook page, and they can put their inquiries in at that time to find out how to get involved, or how to get their churches and kids involved.
There's a messenger app on Faith Farm, and any message that you put on Faith Farms comes directly to me.
I love it.
And I usually answer. I'm pretty quick about answering the questions within a couple of hours.
Okay, so what we got going on over here?
Okay, up here is our orchard. We have apple trees, pear trees, peach trees, plum trees, cherry trees. And on this side, we have goji berries, cranberries, strawberries, and grapes.
I love it.
They have an orchard going across the street as well, but this is the Faith Farms orchard. We always had the intention of doing an orchard.
I remember. Right.
So we made our little orchard right here. Not that we're competing with anybody like that. We just want to have an orchard on this land.
I think the more the merrier. What do you guys say? You know what? We're gonna go into the hoop house. We're gonna go into one of the hoop houses now. We have 4 hoop houses now. We're in hoop house number 2. I want to let you guys see what grows in here, and Frieda's gonna let you know how the veggies are maintained during the seasons. This the whole purpose of having a hoop house. Okay.
So when you go into the hoop house, you always want to stay on the mulch. That way you're not stepping on any plants. So this is hoop house number 2. And right here we have cauliflower growing. It's not quite ready yet, but there's one that's partially ready here that you can see. It's almost done and almost ready to go.
Okay.
These are cauliflower leaves. These are also edible, the cauliflower leaves. Now the way we maintain it in the winter time, we have not quite perfected winter growing yet.
Okay.
Last year we were able to do some Japanese mustard greens and things like that. But we did have a 45 below wind chill day, couple days last year, and that pretty much that threw everybody for a loop. Right. These are usually 10 degrees warmer inside than it is outside, but they still can't maintain when it drops to those kind of temperatures, like 10 below, anything like that. We're looking, Pastor Curtis is examining geothermal heating for the hoop houses, but that's just in the beginning stages. Got it. So we're nowhere near. But we have cauliflower here. These tomatoes are grown back from last year. Onions are right behind you, and peppers behind that. Okay. And on this side, that's broccoli.
Are these onions ready?
No, those onions are not ready yet.
Oh, I was going to
say they look ready, but they're not ready. The ones in the third house might be ready. We'll look at it. Okay. And we have broccoli on that side. Look at here. And because we're in the beginning stages of the growing season, the only thing that's probably very ready is this lettuce. Down here you have butter lettuce, you have romaine, you have red lettuce, and yes, you see bugs on them because we don't use any pesticides. But if the bugs don't want to eat them, you shouldn't want to eat them. So you know to take these home and wash them because this is natural growth.
So I don't know.
Very healthy.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking at dinner right here.
Yes. This is very healthy. They're beautiful romaine leaves. That are ready for growth right now.
And we have some peppers over there.
Those are peppers. These are Jamaican peppers. And they just love the heat. They're very extremely hot. Now we have some transplants. A lot of this stuff is from seeds, but sometimes we go get organic transplants. Got it. Because let's face it, because of the weather this year, it's not been a great growing season. So we have to get some transplants. I have tomato transplants from Creme de la Crop and Valparaiso and a few other transplants.
Well, it doesn't look like there's a problem out here to me.
Yeah, well, this is good growth. But considering the fact that we're in a hoop house and the weather cooperated in April and May, it would have been even higher growth, and not so much just the lettuce, all the collards and everything like we have in the first house. Okay. But it came up a little better. And as you see, we're doing some weeding and cleaning today. Yeah. Because as God's steward of good earth and as natural growth, you get a lot of weeds. We do use spent grain from different breweries. They give us spent grain. This is called beer mash or spent grain. It's the runoff. And all it is a lot of grains and nutrients, and we put those on our soil. That helps with the growth. That helps with the nitrogen levels. That helps get everything accelerated in growth.
I don't know about you guys, but we're about to go into this first hoop house, and I'm going to grab my lunch from out the ground. So you guys watch me do it. Okay. All right, guys, it's me. I am going into the beehive. I told you they have everything out here at Face Farms, so we're gonna go check this out too. All right. And our master bee harvester. You may as well introduce yourself, Brother Tony.
Tony VanGorp, and actually our head beekeeper's not here today, but I know enough to be dangerous. So.
Okay. We're about to go back here and check out this beehive. Tony is going to be leading us, so he's going to be doing most of the talking. You already heard me earlier say that me and bees, we got a little problem. I love their honey, but I don't want to hang out with them. So come on, Tony, show me where we're going.
Starting up fresh. When we bought the bees, they come in these packaging, and there's about, I'm guessing, maybe 30,000 bees in here. And then the queen is shipped along with it. The queen, just like in real life, is the head of the hive, head of the house, head of everything. So you take the queen, you put this into the hive, take the lid off.
That he just opened and scared him.
open it up and you close it, and the queen's in a little package, and there's a marshmallow on the end. So the bees, as they smell her pheromones, they actually eat the candy, and that releases her into the hive. So then you're done with that process. Then what you do is pretty much leave them alone, and I'll show you what you get. This is an active hive here. Yeah, I mean, if it's okay with you.
Okay. Hold on, let me come up with.
And just for anyone who's watching this, if you use common sense, bees are really not as dangerous. If you have allergies, yes, stay away from them. I've been stung hundreds of times. And just a point of interest, they actually use bee stings as medicine now for like arthritis and other things like that. So there's a
pray
positive.
for me. Okay, guys. Faith Farm has everything. There is nothing you cannot get at Faith Farm. You have food for the nutrition of your body. They even have herbs for medicine. They have the bee hive, which you get organic honey, and plus what Tony just told us. Come over here, Tony. What Tony just told us is what they're using the bee stingers now for is for medicine.
Yeah, they actually are using hives to sting, and I don't understand the details of it, but actually for arthritis and other ailments, they're using it to experiment to see if it relieves it. And I know from when I get stung, I have arthritis in my hands really bad. When I get stung, I don't know if it's a thought process or what, but it seems like it helps.
Oh, wow.
So,
wow. So listen, this is Burgess Peoples from What Do You Think Talk Show. And that was really brave. Believe me, you have no idea. I'm allergic to bees, but I love what they give us. I love honey. So, and then I love what they do for our earth. They pollinate everything for us so we can actually have these wonderful things. Guys, we're gonna wrap this up. I'm not gonna be able to pick any plants today, but you see that I am prepared. I am gonna touch and caress the plants, and I'm gonna come back and in what, a couple of weeks?
Yes.
In a couple of weeks.
And we pray over these plants all the time. So if you want to pray over them, they hear your prayers. Plants are living things.
Jesus. So you guys look at this. I don't want nobody here in Gary coming to get this 6 row down. This is my bunch right here. I'll be back to get it. So we are here at Faith Farms in the city of Gary, Indiana, and I promise you, this place is just mind-blowing. You can get any and everything here, any type of vegetable you want, even eggs. Come on now. When they have their farmers market, go to their website, try to find out the dates. Call Miss Frieda Graves. She gave you the number. We'll repeat the number. We'll put it on the bottom of our show for today. But I am so ecstatic about this. I just love everything that I see and everything that I've learned. And I hope you learn enough for you to start a garden in your yard. God bless.
God bless.